The 9/11 conspiracy was massive, and I mean there are thousands of people involved in it. That includes media people, judges, the FBI, the CIA. It's just a massive, huge amount of people involved. The people who rigged the explosives, the security that allowed them to rig the explosives. I mean, it goes on, and there's evidence of all of it. So it's to deny it is just the most ignorant, ridiculous thing, and it's equal to the 1935 when Hitler decided to really go after Jews and told them in no uncertain terms, and they all just sat there and went along with it, and they got just picked up by the cattle cars to go to the camp instead of taking off and believing that this was happening right before their eyes. I mean, they were just overt physical arrests and so on that went on for years, okay? And these people just sat there and went along. Very few took off. A few had some money and a way to get out, to just get on a ship and go, but there were very few of them. And then the very few that ran right into the woods and just stayed hidden throughout the entire war is hardly known. It's an amazing response by very few people. Okay? And we're ignoring this 9/11. We don't want to know. The people in this country don't want to know that the government, Bush, Rumsfeld, Ashcroft, General Myers, a whole bunch of them, okay, would actually pull this off. FBI Mueller prevented the arrests of the rest of them after Moussaoui was arrested on August 16th. It just goes on and on. But the point of it is that people just want to live in a fantasy. They refuse reality. No matter, it doesn't matter the evidence, okay? They have these idiot theories. Well, it couldn't be a conspiracy, it was so big. You know, too many people, couldn't happen. Well, it did happen, okay? See, that's the issue, is when it really happened and there's clear evidence that it happened. But then, oh, no, it couldn't happen because of some dipshit theory based on nothing, okay, prevails. And it goes on. It's not just 9/11. It's climate change. The risk of climate change is a wipeout. And yet, hydrogen fuel cells would completely eliminate the risk. So why, anybody that wouldn't just say, let's go. That's it. We're converting all this power from nuclear, coal, and oil to hydrogen fuel cells. Period. Okay? And then we don't need aircraft carriers when we have submarines that can fire missiles, and we don't need jets and aircraft carriers, and we don't need marines, and we just don't need to get into wars at all. And then you hear these people say, well, the next war. Well, why is it like it has to be a next war? Because there were always next wars, okay? But they didn't have submarines with atomic missiles on them. They could reach any place on Earth. So now there doesn't have to be a war. You understand? It's that simple. See? Yeah. In other words, just don't even consider it. It's not going to happen. We just use the nuclear missiles. I mean, this guy in Korea, okay, North Korea, just take him out with a. I mean, he really threatens us with these nuclear warheads that he can't even fire, okay? But the point is that he threatens it. That's enough. That's all you need to do here, okay? We're just going to hit you with a drone and be done with you. And that's it. We don't need any permission after he threatened us. Okay? You understand? We don't need permission from the UN or NATO or anybody. Just kill him. Because he's completely a criminal. Destroying his entire population over there, with the exception of a few screwballs that this guy, the basketball nut, goes and visits. Okay? I mean, if you want to see how evil and wicked people can be, read this book, Escape from Camp 14, by a guy that was born into the prison camp. It's unbelievable. Okay? Read it. And think about, wow, these people live in such an incredible... I'm not talking about just the prisoners. I'm talking about the whole place. If you don't say, my dear leader, somebody will turn you in and that'll be it. You'll be in prison. Okay? That's how it works there. My dear leader. Okay? Everybody's starving and my dear leader. What the hell is that? Okay, they don't know any better. But don't we know better? I mean, are we that ignorant that we don't know better than just going along with this idiot, the dear leader? And that's what we're doing. Because we're screwballs. We're hypocrites. We're just completely unable to think straight. That's why we need to write a book explaining that. So we're going to allow these criminals to destroy us, you see, and just sit there like the Jews did in Germany and all these other countries, in Hungary, in Austria, in Czechoslovakia, and Poland. They just sat and waited to be destroyed by Hitler, by the SS. You see? So what are we going to do? Well, that can't happen here. Why not? They did 9/11. What's to stop anything? I mean, nothing. There's no holes barred. Once you condone 9/11, where you murder 2,700 in New York, and you fire a missile into the Pentagon, okay, and then you take the plane, Flight 77, and stash it with a pilot that obviously had to know where to fly the damn plane, because the commercial pilots and the hijackers couldn't know. Okay? Jesus Christ. I mean, really, don't you? And then they just took these people and whacked them and killed them, right? And then they want you to think that the mob that deals in just little crap, that kills a few of their own people, primarily, are these wicked people that need to be in maximum security prisons. But if they need to be in maximum security prisons, then Bush, Ashcroft, Rumsfeld, and all of them have to be in a supermax. And if we don't have enough room in the ADX in Florence and Marion, just build a few more of them. Turn a few other prisons into supermax prisons. That's all. Okay? That's all. And let out these goddamn pot smokers. Just let them out. I mean, it was just so stupid and totally hypocritical and just illogical. And we have no end in sight. No end in sight. That's why a book that can show people how they can benefit by being able to think rationally, immediately, with no capital investment, is necessary right now. It should sell like gangbusters right now. Thank you.